Since the inception of the Bola-Ahmed Tinubu administration, can anyone actually point out to what he has achieved that warrant any form of, upload by the citizen or even the international community? But then when you go to a social media platform, you see a lot of APC folks, trying to, mislead the people by telling them that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done so well and the Naira is appreciating among others. It's a lie that all of those things that they are saying is actually true. It's not true at all. Now, when you look at what the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister of Women Affairs did by giving tricycle to women, as well as a sewing machine, one may say this is women empowerment. What is women empowerment? For every 1 to 3 women in Abuja, maybe at least neighboring city, there is a tailor, and all of them has this sewing machine. There are a lot of tricycle already in Abuja and neighboring town. So why buying them tricycle? Do you get? Now, when the whole world is evolving and we're moving into, a digital age, it is nothing wrong talking about fashion designing and all of those kind of a thing. There's nothing wrong about that. But is that the only thing that the politicians in Nigeria knows how to do best? Take a look.
We have a lot of responsibilities. We have the women to take care of them. We have their rights to fight for. We have the babies to fight for their rights. We have the vulnerables to take care of. How do we think out of the box so that we can empower the women? And even when they are learning or going through training, let them be making money as they are being trained. So we decided, as we go into the sewing, ready to wear clothing, bed sheets, underwears, Africanized. That is what we are going into now. We'll make sure we get markets across the world where these things will be sold. So this is just the samples of what we have, a few of the samples. We are starting off with these machines. We are adding it to the old machines we used to have before now, but because we need to sell it.
Now, this is one of the things, the best hands, best brain, this is the only thing that they can achieve. And this is causing a lot of reaction already. Many people are not happy about this. How can you give tricycle to women to do what we did actually? Away from that, the vice presidential candidate of Labour Party in the last election, talks about this same thing. The government has delivered what? Disaster. They made an appointment, and the only thing that you can lay hold onto is them celebrating appointment being given. What that is said about appointment by this current administration, that they only make an appointment of which people can actually buy those appointments. That was the point he was making. But because of the fear of the Nigerian Broadcasting Commission, the presenter could not allow him to land. That is why I said there is no freedom of speech or even freedom of the press in Nigeria anymore. Anyway, it's a global thing. When you see somebody always speaking against or maybe criticizing the government, they tend to clamp on that person or group of persons, or even the channel in which they use, to criticize their policies and all of that. And is that democracy? If Nigerians actually comes together to write the constitution and the constitution has been breached, then what next? I'll leave you with this video of baba-ahmed on the interview granted to Arise TV.
Court and the Supreme Court, please quote me on this, did not actually affirm the success of Tinubu's presidency. They upheld the unconstitutionality of that election, and they are happy for it to remain so. And they have the power. Nobody can do anything about it. That is why we said it is an unreasonable show of force. If there was something we could do, we would stop it. But we are law-abiding citizens. That is why I'm here sitting with you today and still complaining. I was not shaken one bit. I will never be shaken by certificate forgery, by forfeited money over narcotics. I will never be shaken by IREV switched off in the middle of the game when they saw us winning. Labour Party won 2023 presidential elections. No doubt about it. They are cheats, they are bullies, and they have taken full advantage of the situation in Nigeria. When you ask me what is the situation in Nigeria, I will go ahead and tell you some fundamental things that say why we are in this situation today.
Right.
Can I go ahead?
Yeah, but let me ask you this, though,
Yes.
because you're making the point, the points you're making, obviously, as you said, that it's your right to
It
air
is my right.
your sort of
Yes.
assessment, but we are now unquestionably in the Tinubu era, and he's clearly made some bold moves since he was sworn in on May the 29th. What do you think his presidency has delivered so far?
Disaster. There is nothing bold or special about making appointments. Anybody can make appointments. Any right-thinking businessman, any public servant can make appointments. There is nothing. People jump over you, pay money, buy appointments. Most of the appointments you see are
Well, that's
paid
an
for.
allegation we can't substantiate, of course.
Anyway, what I'm saying, there is nothing about making appointments. You should be talking about the Naira has fallen down to 1,250. You should be speaking about 26 Nigerian soldiers that were killed in neighboring Niger State. Something that has never happened in all Nigerian military missions throughout Africa. Nigerian military are dreaded because they are good, they are professional. Yet in our backyard, they kill our soldiers under Tinubu. What is bold in having your soldiers being killed? To rub it in, they followed with killing another 8 soldiers. To rub it in, villages, almost on daily basis, that is the news, everywhere in Nigeria. This man has delivered nothing and is poised to deliver nothing. Well, they have not moved an inch Nigeria from consumption and waste to production, and they will not do it. They will not stop the killings and start the healing. Well, they will not stop the stealing and start the keeping. And they will not stop slide of Nigeria, and they cannot stop the climb.
Well, I mean,